Ready to go? Okay. We'll call the Town of Lake Clark Shores Code Enforcement Board hearing together tonight at July 29th, 2026, 6:31 PM. Emily, could you please call roll?
Chair Paul Hughes,
Present.
Vice Chair Gerard Sanchez,
Present.
Board Member Deb Moody,
Present.
Board Member Wesley Cook,
Here.
Board Member Patricia Keough,
Present.
Board Member Jonathan Thayer,
Present.
Board Member Antonio Dubois.
Present.
And what was your last name?
Some people pronounce it Dubois, some people pronounce it Dubois.
Oh, something fancy.
I'll take whatever. Just call me to dinner.
What's proper? What do you prefer?
Whatever works.
Whatever works. Okay. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
Allegiance
to the flag
of
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Since Tony was approved last night by the town council, we'll have a oath of office. Tony, if you could please stand. You have your copy there?
I do.
If you just repeat after me.
Yes, sir.
I, and state your name, please,
I, Antonio Dubois,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States
the Constitution and government of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified to hold office
that I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state,
under the Constitution of the state,
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties
of Code Enforcement Board member
of Code Enforcement Board member
of the town of Lake Clark Shores, Florida,
of the town of Lake Clark Shores, Florida,
on which I am now about to enter.
of which I am now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Motion's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Motion carries. We will now move on to the consent agenda, which includes the approval of our minutes of our last June 17th, 2026 Code Enforcement Board hearing and cases now in compliance. Eric, any cases on the agenda tonight that are now in,
Yeah, are we supposed to do the swearing in first though?
sorry?
No, okay, all right. So starting on page 3,
Page 3?
yes, page 3. Case 2026-147 is in compliance. Moving over to page 4. Case 2026-214 is in compliance. Page 5. Case 2026-271 is in compliance. And case 2026-277 is in compliance.
And I'm sorry, I missed page 3, Eric.
Page 3, okay. So for page 3, the middle of the page, case 2026-147.
Okay. Okay, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
A motion.
Second.
Motion's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, just a reminder that if you've been by any of the properties that are going to come before the board tonight for discussion, if you would please disclose that at this time, or well, during the hearing when we take up the case, or if you've had any discussion with the property owner or neighbors or anybody else related to any of the cases that come before us tonight. Anyone going to be speaking tonight related to any of the cases that are going to come before us tonight? If you would please stand and be sworn in by the town's attorney.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfinished cases, fine imposition hearing. 7011 Hayden Road Barbary Trust. This is an update, I believe. I don't see the,
No, I don't see them here either. So I rode by the property today and took new photos for you. Since the last meeting, if you remember, the project manager said that they were gonna call me, give me access to the property to make sure everything was taken care of. That did not happen, so I have to keep the property in violation.
Mhm.
So
So you don't know if there's been any improvements and activity?
actually, I mean, there hasn't been much improvement, but there are going to be additional code violations. But as for what's currently on the agenda, no, I mean, there's still a tree stump there. From the front of the house, I can see, but like when it comes to the windows and the fascia and everything, I don't know if the back of the house is fully complete. And I wouldn't feel comfortable, putting something in compliance without it being 100% confirmed.
And we gave them a little extra time to complete this project.
That is correct.
And when did we say that the project would be completed?
June 24th, I think is what I see here.
June 24th?
Yes. Or a fine of $250 per day per case may be imposed.
Well, it's not completed.
I think
did they-
Eric said that there were some items that he may be able to put into compliance.
Yeah, but unfortunately, without being able to see, so I mean, the driveway is obviously still in disrepair. Tree stump's still there, the fascia, the doors and windows. Without being able to fully see the property, I can't confirm that it's in full compliance.
Eric, so he was supposed to contact you to get you access?
Correct. Yeah, 'cause
Okay, and
I
they
can't just walk
you
on
just
someone's
didn't hear
property.
from him?
No,
And did you make any attempt to call him or anything? I realize that's not
yeah,
what was
there-
agreed
there's no-
upon, but,
there's no email correspondence,
okay.
and that includes with the building department. So no further updates since the last meeting.
The subcontractors, I think, had applied for permits, but have they all been issued at this point?
Yuli?
So they still had not been issued. So it sounds like the project has stalled, in my opinion. That's what it's.
Now, this is a property that the town decreased the
That's correct,
lien
Yes.
to help them out to come into compliance. And here we are. So there are things that we can see that they haven't come into compliance with in the time that we've allocated. Correct, Eric?
I mean, partially. Like I say, without being able to see all four corners of the house, I can't safely say that all windows and doors have been properly installed because that's a health and safety to the community. For the fascia board for the roof area, for what I can see, yes, but again, back of the property, back left or right, I can't put it in compliance without fully being able to see it.
Front yard, driveway.
Well, the driveway's still in
Windows.
disrepair, and there's a tree stump that still remains, so that violation's still open.
So there are 8 case numbers. And if I read the notes correctly, we gave them until June 25th or a fine of $250 per day per case. So $250 a day times 8 cases
2,000.
may get their attention.
Mhm. They haven't even applied for the permits to fix some of these
Well, I
things.
think they've applied, but for some reason they've not been issued.
Not been issued, excuse me.
So-
Thank you.
That's not to say they've all been applied for, though.
They submitted, they want to say it, and they just paid for it yesterday,
Mhm.
Okay. And then,
but it's not issued yet. They'll have to go.
right, and then does Lake Clark Shores require a separate permit for all of the trades? Mechanical, electric, plumbing, or are they all covered under this?
Fall under the remodel, either the remodel or the demo. I want to say that they were instructed to go under the demo. I'm not sure. I haven't dealt with. the-
But that would only be good for the demolition portion, not the portion.
Joe, do you know if for this property, they're going under demo or the remodel permit for the subs?
They need an interior demo permit first, so that I can see that the structure hasn't been affected by what they're taking apart.
But
Don't they already have that, though?
I don't know.
For 7,011 Hayden Road.
Using private.
probably the other building official review for them.
Well, based on the little information that we have from the
Mhm.
building department, then I would be in favor of a motion that 250 per day times 8 cases be assessed until compliance.
Is there a second?
I second.
Further discussion? Bill, any?
Yeah, let me just ask a question. You're not able to verify compliance on any of them?
Let me double check. No, driveway's still in disrepair, ungrassed areas are still there, rotten and broken fascia board. I can see the front of the house, but I can't say, because remember, the property was in really bad shape. So I don't know to the extent to the back end. I can't necessarily go into the neighbor's side because there's a pond back there, so there's quite a separation. Let's see, as for the gutters and downspouts and disrepair, same thing. For what I can see in the front, yes, but I can't confirm the other 3 corners. Discoloration on the exterior walls, again, in the front, it's good. Sides, I don't know. Tree stump, I did confirm that there is still a tree stump there. And then I said for the windows and doors being unsecured, I can see that some of them have been installed, but I also can't confirm if all of them have been. So it still remains as a public nuisance. Oh yeah, so the open storage, from what I can see in the front and from what I see on the sides, there is no open storage there. So I guess you could put open storage into compliance.
And you said they paid for the permit yesterday? So what, they submitted their plans first or whatever, and then they submitted everything yesterday?
No, they've submitted since March, but they did not pay until yesterday.
So they don't get reviewed until they're paid for.
So
Okay.
it's sitting there.
Is it that they submitted it and then things were noticed, hey, this is missing or that, or cross your i's, dot your t's?
told- And when they call, we tell them as well that they haven't paid for it. since March.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so we have a motion
Yeah.
and it's been seconded. Does anybody want to amend the motion?
Well, Eric, you said one of them you believe came into compliance.
Yeah, for the
Which
prohibited.
number, which one is it that,
Uh, prohibited outdoor storage. Do you know which one
You got a
prohibited-
picture of the compliance?
for the prohibited outdoor storage? I see them, but I can't
We
tell
just got-
which specific case
Exactly.
number it is. Just bear with us for a moment.
Yep.
Bear with us for a moment. There's
Yeah,
several
go ahead.
numbers, so we need to find the specific.
Good, we got all night.
Mhm.
I think it's under,
Hmm?
I think it's under unauthorized open storage,
34-19.
34, that.
Yeah, but which one on here is it?
Which case?
Which case is it? Yeah.
Oh.
Then we can exclude that and amend it to 7.
Well, you gotta be careful.
Well, you can't see the back of it though, too. You
Yeah.
can see the front and side, but how does he know there's no storage in the back?
Well, whatever he wrote it up for originally, was it in the front or the back? I don't know.
Probably the front.
If we vote for this, does that mean these penalties start like tomorrow?
Yeah.
They would start the 20, well, you can do it however you want, but you could start them the 25th of June.
Back to that far.
Yeah, because that was,
So
Oh, okay.
I think there's a little bit of a big picture thing to
2025
look at. Obviously, this house has been in disrepair for long, long time.
Years.
Right.
There's efforts in place to get it done. Permit applied for in March, long time to get to pay for the next step. What does that mean? The money's tight. So I would think that we may need to consider some type of attention getting method without hitting with $10,000 worth of stuff that's basically going to stop the project or push everything back to square one, where you've got a half repaired house with $100,000 worth of lien and this guy walks away. Because isn't that part of the negotiation? I think with the town was that, I remember from the meeting before, was there was some reduction in the lien based on him agreeing to improve it, and his position was, if we can't do anything, I'm just going to walk away from it.
Yes.
So I would think there should be, maybe you violate him on the things you see, the driveway and the stump. Perhaps that's still going to generate a bomb of money.
My theory is that if you violate them on everything that is still open, effective June 25th, until it is in compliance, as a motivation to get into compliance as quickly as possible. And then they always have the ability to come back to the code board and ask for a reduction of the fine.
Okay. Well,
And we've seen that a number of times
Mm.
where we've reduced fines for compliance. And or if it comes to it and it ends up being a lien, which is what happened the last time, in this case and in many others, they have the opportunity to then go to town council and ask for a reduction of the fines
okay.
or the liens. So
Okay. So there it is it's not going to, it would not throw your hands up. Okay, fine. We'll just walk. I've got, 300,000 invested. It's going to cost.
yeah,
me,
that was accurate. You would have the opportunity to reduce later if they ask, and if it gets recorded. Once it's recorded, it becomes a town council
Mhm.
right.
item.
And wasn't it agreed upon that they were going to be here for
Yes.
every meeting?
Yes.
And there was no phone call or anything?
None for me, you, Emily. No,
Did you
negative.
figure out which case it was? We were
Yes, it's case 2025-792.
790?
No, 792.
I'm sorry.
792.
Yeah, 792.
792?
So that's the one that's
For
in
the-
compliance.
Yes, for the open storage.
So would we have an agreement consensus that we could exclude 792?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the motion would show that, Emily. Further discussion? We ready to vote? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Oop, sorry.
Reassessed.
Um,
Reassessed.
is it? 2026-214, Eric?
No, so we actually, we can move on to the other unfinished one because the owners are here. So page 3, case 2026-56, 1825 Mediterranean Road West. We have an update. So the owners reached out to me after the last code board meeting. As I presented last time, the reason that they weren't able to get the roof clean is because they're in the process of replacing the roof. They're currently in negotiations for the roof. They're here to ask for an extension. So the property owners are here and would like to speak before the code board.
Now, this was first cited when?
February?
February 2024.
February?
Yes.
Okay, and here we are in
July.
July,
Yes.
almost August. Okay,
The original violation. Yeah. Ma'am, do you and your husband want to speak?
is it Mr. or Mrs.? You want to come on up, please? Introduce your,
In?
did you get sworn in?
Yes,
Okay. Introduce yourself for the record.
Sulai Averhoff. We are in the process of getting estimates to redo the roof. We were contemplating on getting it pressure cleaned and painted or replacing the roof altogether because it's old. So we didn't want to clean it. So we're asking for a 60-day
Extension.
extension until we can get it all figured out.
And I spoke with the building inspector and based on Joe's years of experience, he believes that 60 days will be a good cushion for them to have because summertime, lots of jobs going on. They have to pull the quote. So I would agree to the 60-day extension.
If
Ma'am,
possible.
ma'am, what's happened in the last 5 months?
What do you mean?
Well, you were originally cited in February? No? No?
Well, I don't feel like it was February.
Well, the violation was issued in February, but the notice of hearing wasn't issued until June 17th.
Okay.
Well, the
But-
June 17th was a code enforcement board.
Yes.
hearing, So
But you were notified in February of this year that there was a problem.
Is that right?
I'm Alex Averhoff. Don't remember.
Oh, it being in February. I thought it was a little later, but
in any case, you were here in June? Did you appear at the June code enforcement?
no, I
board?
contacted Eric and I verbally said that I wasn't able to make
Yeah.
it. I left messages with Cecilia, the person in the front desk in the office. You?
Pamela.
Pamela? Okay. And I left messages that we were not able to attend that day.
And I presented that at the last meeting that they understood everything that needed to be done. That's why I presented to you what their position at the time was.
So how many estimates have you gotten for roof replacement?
I'm still waiting on the first one. No one's gotten back to me and I just spoke with somebody yesterday and I'm waiting on hearing from them. Like I said, I think it has to do with maybe it's the summertime and people are on vacation. I don't know. So. that's
How long have you been waiting to hear from them?
like a month.
I think it's time to contact another company.
We've been contacting I know. No, we are, but everybody seems to be on vacation right now. I don't know. It's like very slow. So that's what we're doing.
Well, maybe things have changed, but it never took me all this length of time to get an estimate to get a roof replaced. And I've had several done.
Yeah, we just started it. We were in no particular rush. That wasn't on the top of our list.
I understand that.
Even after they notified you that you had to be in compliance by today?
We're,
So we're requesting 60 days so that we'll get those quotes. The quotes are taking a while on vacation. Yes, we have taken a while, a little longer than we should have. But it will be resolved. I want to get it as soon as possible.
But if you get the quotes how long do you suppose it's gonna take a contractor to get the permit and actually get the material and do the work?
Do you know the answer to that? I don't know.
Well, so,
Well, but you're asking for 60 days, and
Yeah.
at this moment, I don't know that that's enough time if they've not even
Yeah.
gotten you.
We have to.
so I just spoke with the building inspector, and because we're in hurricane season, there's a lot of roofs being replaced right now and worked on, so that's probably why they're having issues right now, so 60 days could still work, but they may require more.
But if they'd started earlier, this would have been resolved before hurricane. season.
Yeah,
Mhm.
could have been.
That's correct.
All you have to do is have the money, right?
Okay.
Huh.
Are a lot of
So-
the tiles broken?
Hmm?
Are tiles broken, or has someone told you you need a new roof?
Maybe we can get by with pressure cleaning and painting, but
There are some tiles that are broken. Yes.
I think you could probably clean this thing for about $500.
we've done it.
Either painting it or a new roof.
We've pressure cleaned it, and then 2 months later, Eric, you
Mhm.
you gave us a
Yeah. So-
citation that it was dirty. I'm like, we just cleaned it 2 months ago, and I sent you a copy of
This,
documentation that we did pressure clean
this
it.
property's only ever been cited for dirty roofs, and the 4 years I've been here, they've always cleaned it. So this is the
Okay.
first time they've ever been before the board for this, and they have a legitimate reason.
So this is why, at this point, I want to replace the roof. But I have no idea how much that costs, so I have to get estimates in to decide what I want to do.
Okay. I would extend this for 30 days and have them come back. Let us know what they have.
Mhm.
If they don't have anything concrete in 30 days, then I think we have to put the lien on it. Does that seem reasonable, ma'am? The pressure's on you to get a contractor to come to give you an estimate.
I can't hold the gun to anybody's head to have them come and give me an estimate for the work that we want to have done. We're waiting for, I contacted a few companies who looked at the home. We're asking for 60 days because it's realistic. In hurricane season, it's realistic to ask for 60 days. Now, it's your decision. I don't think that, 30 days is enough time, but.
I think within 30 days, you should be able to get 1 or 2 or 3 contractors.
Been dealing with 2 days ago, and I'm still waiting for them to get back to me. That's the one person that's replying to me. So if you'd like, I can send you the information as soon as they send it to me, so that you can see that we're being diligent on our behalf. Or I have you deal what else.
Most roofing companies have a I'm gonna call them a sales rep. And they go to multiple houses every day. Well, that's 2 days. Well, I keep looking at February 24th, and that's what's frustrating me, is that you were originally notified in February of this year that there was a problem, but nothing has been decided to be done until now.
Last week, and as of yesterday was the last time that I heard from him. That's it, I haven't heard any estimate. I gave him the address
When
where
did-
I live, so he has the square footage, he knows the size of the roof. And this is what we're waiting for,
When did you contact him?
a week ago.
Mhm.
You see what Paul is saying? Since February, you haven't done anything. Oh, no.
Just a suggestion, you might want to reach out to the building department. They can't recommend one contractor over another, but they can probably give you a list of names who are licensed and registered, perhaps in the town of Lake Clark Shores, having pulled permits in the town before. They might be familiar.
We cannot just give her a list of active, that's, we're not allowed to do that. I can give her of all the contractors, but it's probably gonna be over 500. It's not gonna separate who's registered and who's not registered. So it's just any contractor that has applied in the last many years. So
You can't narrow it down to,
we're not allowed to do that. No, I'm sorry.
okay.
Well, I think if we do an extension, I think it should only be 30 days and have a report back as to where we aren't on this.
You want to make a motion, Wes?
Sure. I'll do that.
August 26th.
Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 2026-147, I move this board continues the matter until the code enforcement.
Well, no, excuse me. 56?
Oh, wrong one, sorry. 2026-56. I move this board continues the matter until the code enforcement board hearing on August 26th. And by then, we want you to come to us. Even before that, if you have something, call Eric,
Yeah, they've stayed in constant communication.
but come to the meeting on the 26th and tell us, this is what I've got, this is what I can do. It's gonna take me another 6 months to get the money for it, if that happens to be the case. Just what's going on? Cause I have a feeling if we give you, or give you another 60 days, we'll be sitting right here again. In 60 days, tell you. No, I understand that, but it's been that way since February. Okay.
So, okay.
Is there a second to
I second.
Wes's motion? Okay. And
Let me
Emily-
ask a question. Is your intention to extend the date for compliance? Or just to continue the hearing? The difference being if you extend the date of compliance to August.
I'm not sure compliance can be done, like you say, is too
Well,
near.
but it would extend it out. Otherwise, you could find from today's date when it comes back in August. You see the difference?
I think you want to extend it, don't you, Wes?
Yeah, extend it.
It's number 5 is the motion.
Oh,
You want to repeat your motion?
yeah, I'll withdraw my motion. I have another one. Okay. Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 2026-56, I move that respondents be found have failed to comply with the order finding violation dated February 24th, 2026. Given the evidence presented, I move that the date for the compliance be extended to August 26th, 2026. And a fine hearing, if necessary, shall be held on August 26th, 26.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Jerry seconds. Further discussion? Anybody?
Is, the ultimate goal is, I'm thinking, new roof. And
You pressure clean it, and 2 months later, it looks the same, because it's an old roof, it's from 69. So,
the original, that roof is from 1969? Oh, yeah, it's time.
No.
See that again.
past,
Not 1969. Anyhow, so the roof is either going to be by the next meeting, either pressure washed and cleaned, or you're going to have a signed contract with a roofer to replace it. That's my understanding from this motion. Is that what everybody agrees to?
That's my
Emily? Yep.
understanding.
Emily, you good with that? It is part of the motion. That's my understanding and everyone's understanding. Okay, so you ready to vote?
Yes.
All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, ma'am. Eric, would it,
We're gonna take it out of order, seeing as
okay, so what motion are we taking now?
we're gonna move over to page 4, starting on case 2026-215.
Okay,
All right. Good evening. I'm Code Enforcement Officer Eric Richwagon, representing the town of Lake Clark Shores, case number 2026-215. Site property owners identified by Ann P. Biggs. Site property address is 7504 Nemick Drive North, Lake Clark Shores, Florida, 33406. Notice of violation was issued on May 21st, 2026, under Code Section 10-91A and Florida Building Code 105.1. There's work being done on the property without permits. Specifically, the chimney was being knocked down without permits. So we are going to play a portion of the body cam footage just so you can see the scope. It's not gonna be very long, but just so you can get a visual representation. So during the day that the violation was issued, I contacted the building inspector, Joe, who came out. We talked to the property owners. We didn't cite them that day. We actually gave them the ability to go to town hall, go to the building department, start the process for the permits. To this day, no permits have been applied for, nor had they been pulled. So wait for the yeah. We do have photos too, but we'll get to the video portion first. Then the building inspector will.
is there anyone represented?
Yes,
tonight?
we have the property owners, and we also have one of the other violations, which will be the next one heard. We have a complainant here who's being affected by the violation on their property. So
Okay, so
we do have
we'll
witnesses that would like
look
to
at the
speak.
pictures and the video first, and
Correct.
you all can come and talk to us.
You can skip over a little bit. Okay, so you can see the work on, here, pause it real quick. So on the right side of the house, that's where the workers were working on the chimney. Inside the garage, there were workbenches set up. So I contacted Joe, the building inspector, because he's a, state building certified official. He came out, he saw it. He agreed that, yes, there's work going on without a permit to the chimney, and that, yes, they need to pull it. Also, you can see on there, there was a trench that was dug that was filled in later on. As you can see, there's also no grass on the property, which has been that way, and that's another violation for the next one to be heard.
So we don't know what the trench is for? They're
Jacket cable, and since we jacketed the cable, they made us bury it. They would have come out and buried it themselves.
So the cable wasn't, sorry, the trench wasn't violated because
Okay.
the building inspector said it just needed to simply be covered, which they did. All right, that's it. So as you can see, the scope of the work. So that was on May 21st.
Mhm.
So as of today's date, which we can go to the photos now if you want, as a reinspection was done as of today's date, finding that the violations still exist. Joe, do you have anything yeah. Well, a stop work order was issued by the building inspector. So Joe, do you have anything you want to say on the back?
We were very nice to go and ask them if they would like to pull a permit, because they took the chimney down, which could cause structural damage to the trusses and the roof. And we wanted to make sure that it was life safety issues were
Hold on.
addressed and that,
Go back to the
you
full
know,
photo.
we got an interior demo, if they would just come down and apply for an interior.
Zoom it up a little bit to the
demo,
building supplies.
I could go in there to see if they could continue on with other permits, if they made any other adjustments to the structure itself.
Yes. And also, if you look in this photo, you can see in the backyard, there's bags of concrete, there's concrete blocks in there indicating work being done inside the property. This was from,
Sir, let us finish, and then you're gonna get your chance, okay? You'll get your chance.
yep.
No, it's okay.
So if you want to move on to the next photos, as you can see. So this was a photo that was taken last month. the resident who will also be speaking, when it rains, all the sediment was washing onto her property. Also, the garage door is in a state of disrepair. Me posting to the property. That photo was taken today. So they are watering it. It looks like they're either seeding it or getting ready to lay down sod.
Is there sod there?
Yeah, but that's for, so we're here in the work without a permit. This is just all the photos for all three, so. Well, we're going through all the photos that were
Right.
taken. Okay. So those are the photos taken for the violation as of today. So the violation still exists. No permits have been pulled. And they said the property owners are here and also members of the neighborhood.
So we're gonna deal with, on this property, work being done without permits,
Correct.
and the lawn is ungrassed. And that was cited also on May 21st.
Yes.
And the garage door is in a state of disrepair. Okay, so, would you all like to come up and talk to us, please?
This one.
And,
I don't think you have been sworn in. Let me swear you both in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Thank you.
okay, would you like to introduce yourselves, please?
Pavel Paradiso?
And Biggs.
Okay, so what we're talking about is these three situations: the permits, the lawn, and the garage door. That's what we're dealing with tonight. Okay?
Correct. So purchased the house, just kind of going through things, turned on the sprinkler system, had a 10-foot swell of this sprinkler system. The grass, the landscapers took the bushes out. We took the grass out to see what's up with the sprinkler system. At that time, while we were taking the grass out, we were next to the chimney and kind of leaned against the chimney and went right through the stucco. It was all rotted on the bottom. So we, for a safety issue, just took down the wood. Nothing else. And then we replaced it with rebar and block. We got about 10 blocks up. The building department came by. They said, you need a permit for this. We let them know that we have an engineer coming by within a couple of days. We're actually going through the engineering process. Took us like about a month, maybe 6 weeks to get a survey, topical and elevation survey. So we're going through the motions. It does take a little while. You know, they tell you they'll be out in 2 weeks and then it's kind of, you're at their mercy once you've paid already.
Actually got quoted 4 weeks for them to come out to do the survey. And it took longer than that.
And we've notified Joe and Eric that day that they came that we are in the process of engineering. We need a new roof within the next 2 years is what the insurance company tells us. So we are going through the proper channels and the proper motions to, you know, get the house to tip-top shape.
What about the garage door?
The garage door, the wheels were rusty. I ordered new wheels. We're painting the garage door. We got a stop work order. That is literally what we did. We stopped doing anything in the house. We continued on with our lives.
The HOA also asked us to paint the home and
Who did?
the HOA asked us to paint the home and the garage door. So we were taking action on that as well. That's kind of how the garage door came about.
Money's not an issue. We were literally taking the lawn up, going through the motions, remediation of a brand new, of a house that you bought that nobody's done any work on in God knows how long. Dilapidated sprinkler system, blah, blah, blah.
So they're not able to apply for permits?
We have a fence permit. I'm sorry to cut you off. We have a fence permit. The neighbor went away on vacation, so we're not able to do the fence without the neighbor being home. That's what we agreed upon.
Because it requires the removal of his fence. So he has to be present.
His fence has mold on it and
peeling paint. It's on our side, it's on his side. So it's not like, we're not taking care of, of our side of his fence. We offered to pay for his fence and.
So there's two fences on the side?
No, there's one fence. We have no fence
Oh.
on the property that is ours, other than 12 sticks of wood on the right side of the house, if you're inside.
So how do you have a fence permit to replace the fence on his property?
Well, we agreed with him that since his fence is so dilapidated on our property, that we're gonna go ahead and pay for the fence, right? And take down his fence and replace it with the new fence
On his property?
amongst both properties.
It's on the property line.
It can only be on one side or the other.
Right.
So,
We agreed that we would pay for it. If that's the case, we will put it up in the next couple of days.
Chairman Hughes, so the fence is not in violation. We're not discussing that. We're talking about the chimney that was worked on without a permit.
Okay.
I
If
was
you want to hear
referencing
from,
that we had a permit,
Right.
a permit open since then.
So you haven't done any more with the garage door because you got a stop order. That's what you said.
Yes, it was very like, if you look at the garage door, every one of these is referencing mold and I don't know, rodents. We had the health department come by and the guy literally was like, you guys are good, don't worry about it.
And you're gonna replace the grass
The grass is
in the next
currently-
few weeks. Is that what you
The
said?
grass is currently done up to 12 feet, so the whole utility easement is done to the 12th foot. From there, we're gonna leave it to engineering. We did put rock, so there's no debris or open dirt. There's number 57 rock all the way back to the windows of the house.
It looked to me like the whole front yard needed grass.
So I think you drove by and took a picture today.
yes, that's correct. It was earlier in the morning.
So when is that gonna be done?
I would say the whole property will have rock on it. You won't see a spick of dirt.
Do you want to explain
When
the
will we
front
see
portion?
grass though?
So that's literally 2 layers. It's seeded underneath, and then there's a green paper that's also seed. So there's like zero room for failure. It's like a recipe for a success of Bermuda grass right there. So everything that looks like clean dirt, that's gonna all be grass in, I would say, 3 weeks.
You can do the drive.
So that's been seeded is what you
That's been
said?
seeded, and the other side of the car that you might not see from that picture has also been done today. And then from the white pipe in front of
Mhm.
the windows, everything has number 57 rock on it.
Mm.
And it's gonna get patted down tomorrow, so it's gonna look like number 57 rock, the flat, no dust, nothing. If you look, I have a power washer there. I power wash maybe every 2-3 days, the driveway. So
And the permits?
the permits, we're going through the right channels and engineering a larger project that we're not going to, I mean, if you guys have a suggestion, which we have not been given any clear path to satisfy the needs of the chimney without, going through, we're going to do the roof.
Do
We're
you
not
need
gonna-
the engineering in order to get a permit for the chimney?
I believe.
It's a
so, yeah.
part of the roof.
Yeah, it's structural.
The insurance company said we have to change the roof within the next 2 years. We're not going to go ahead and do it in the middle of hurricane season. She's pregnant. So sometime after October 31st, we're going to go ahead and start the process of
Members of the board, if
renovating the home.
you want to hear from the building inspector in reference to the chimney.
Okay, just a second.
Yeah, just removing the chimney could create a problem with rain coming inside the house. And when I went over there, I asked this gentleman if he would mind pulling a permit for the removal of the chimney, so I could look inside to see that there wasn't any structural damage to the building itself. And very nicely, I said that we needed to try to get that permit in advance, interior demo permit, to justify that area, and then he could do some structural waterproofing to prevent mold and mildew. And being that it's hurricane season, we wanted to make sure that that structure was going to be, that hole in the wall where the chimney was removed was going to be structurally sound to prevent, any hurricanes or tropical storms that we have with driving rains cause more interior damage to the interior of the house. So I'm still waiting on the interior demo permit for the chimney itself.
But the
So-
chimney was also removed on the exterior.
Yeah,
right?
there's literally, there's PT wood, 2 layers of it, and whatever, and the inside of the house is unscathed. It's literally, I put my elbow through with my hand on the dirt. I put my elbow through the bottom of the chimney and was able to go like this.
So
I
he
took
could,
it down immediately.
as the property owner, they could obtain a permit as an owner builder to deal with the chimney issue so that you could have access to it. You don't need engineering for that.
No, ma'am.
What do we need? Do we need just like a sketch of the original chimney? We were my understanding is we took it down, we were putting up the same thing in a different material. There you go. All up to code. Rebar every other block.
What,
I don't understand why this hasn't been
Yeah.
dealt with.
I can do it
Already.
tomorrow.
I mean,
Yeah.
were you able to talk with our building inspector or building official?
It was a weird situation, but we kind of,
Weird in what
Weird.
sense?
yeah, weird.
Weird?
We
A lot of misinformation about what permits are required, what's not. Unfortunately, we're just
We-
a little bit confused.
So the town has given you,
So-
hasn't given you adequate information?
First off, our HOA, right? Someone from our HOA decided to kind of ravel the feathers a little bit right before Joe and Mr. Eric came by. And then now they disappeared. But we've came down to the town hall and asked, do we need a permit for the grass?
Here?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we've came down
What kind of
multiple
answer
times.
did you get?
No, you can look on the website. The website doesn't really have the whole building code, and it's not very easy to interpret. Considering
So,
we're a part
I'm
of a
so
county.
sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
But they did come. From my understanding, they were asking in regards to permits to do certain things. They kept coming back to the grass. Pamela informed them that they do not need a permit for the grass, but they do need a permit for everything else. They kept turning around to the grass. And she explained to them multiple times that for grass, you do not need a permit. For everything else, you do.
Which is what
Other than that, we have not received any call asking, hey, can you help us what we need to do? We're always happy to help. We just haven't received a call from them.
Do they need a permit for irrigation?
we're not doing irrigation. We literally we capped the leaking irrigation, and we're not gonna.
Okay. Well, that's why I thought you mentioned irrigation earlier. That's why I asked.
Once we do the engineering, we're just literally, to the best of our ability, smoothing out the front of the property, the side of the property. Wherever everything is capped, there's no leaks anymore. There's no bugs, there's no weeds, there's no garbage in the
As far
sand.
as I know, we do.
And you've got grass growing, is what you're saying.
That's correct.
Can I ask when you bought the house?
She bought it.
I bought it, I think,
They need an.
say April 1st of 2025.
When you bought-
But I didn't even move into the house till less than a year ago. I was living in another state.
I would say February, we started to, got done with like holiday vacations and
And
things
the
like
roof
that.
that you're referring to, you mentioned insurance. Is it an
So-
insurance job? Are you going?
No.
Because that's
It's a part of it was a part of the purchase of the home.
Yeah, we're not talking
Insurance
about the
company.
roof. We're not talking
Yeah.
about the roof. Let's stay on track here. Okay, the garage door, the grass,
The garage.
and the
door-
permits. And I think what we're doing, where we are is dealing with permits. And you have not applied for any permits.
Eric?
It's not a true statement. We applied for the fence permit, but we have not.
But
We
applied.
were
Okay.
told, to-
Excuse me.
Okay, sorry.
Any other permits beside the fence that's on the other person's property?
We got a fence permit, right? We were told to get.
For the other person's property.
Not the other person's property.
Fence is on the other person's property.
We were nice enough to say, this fence looks like shit. I'm sorry, excuse my
It's
French,
okay.
right?
Gotcha.
We're willing to pay for the fence on both our sides, right? Whether we put it on our property, in the middle, it doesn't matter to me, but I can't put up a fence, number one, with mold on the other side,
Okay.
right? And number two, the guy didn't want me to take down his fence while he's on vacation.
Sure.
He said-
What other permits,
An issue.
what other permits are needed right now?
They need a demo permit, they need to pull a permit for the chimney, a final inspection has to be done for the outside and the inside of the property for the chimney.
Did you hear that?
Inside of the property has not been touched, and the outside of the chimney is the only thing that's literally,
What was all the building materials that were in your pool area?
that's block and cement and the garage doors to be painted.
Block and cement for what
The chimney is block and cement and rebar.
So you're doing that without a permit?
We
Just
took
like-
it down to
Okay.
put it back up in the same fashion that it was. My understanding.
But without a permit. In other words, I mean, that's,
So we were taking the grass out of the ground, right? I put my hand onto the ground and put my elbow through
Right.
a 14-foot chimney, right? The second I did that, I went like this, and it was rotted wood.
I believe we heard,
30-year-old wood. I literally went up on a ladder and I started to sawzall little pieces of the chimney down because it's a safety concern.
let's make this simple.
Chairman Hughes
You're-
and board members,
The chimney's been demoed,
It's been demoed.
okay?
Yes.
And you haven't put up a new chimney.
and
It's about
you wanna look at the
7
photo.
blocks up.
7
It's
blocks
been
up.
like that since the
Okay.
first time Joe told us to stop.
So if you got the permit now,
I don't see.
if he could get that, I'm just wondering, you could inspect because he's only got a couple of blocks there. Do you have to see if he hasn't torn anything inside out? I'm trying to, would that solve it?
We're literally doing engineering for a brand new roof, like a tear down and a new trusses, everything. That's why we're not gonna start, filing for permits for what? So we can have open permits for 3.5 months?
And Chairman Hughes and members of the board, if you look at the photo, all the materials there, that shows that there's been major work going on.
Look at that. That's
for the
cinder
chimney.
block on the left. That's a pool vacuum on the left right there on the cinder block. That right there is the garage door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hurricane ties for the 4 garage doors. That right there is literally concrete to pour into the cinder block once you're done and the rebar has been inspected. You have to put concrete in between the cinder blocks. I grew up in a family of construction. I know exactly the right way that it was supposed to be done. I didn't think my understanding with with Palm Beach County is anything that is taken down and put back up, there's no need for a permit. And it was a safety concern, and literally
the
2 hours after it was taken down, it was being put back up, and
but
that's
the
when-
building inspector, code enforcement officer told you it is required and we're courteous enough to say, hey, go the next day.
We told him that we have an engineering appointment, right? It's on a body cam, right? That we have an engineering appointment. We can give Mr. Toomey a call. He's on Palm Beach Lakes. He's been working on the engineering. I have a draftsman involved and an architect involved. We're doing a bigger project. This is like
Let's
it's not something that's going to take two
let's
or
try
3
to
weeks.
simplify this if we can, okay? Eric, what do we need right now? And the building official, what do we need right now from this?
They need to pull a permit for the work that was done on the chimney. In order to come in compliance, they have to have a final inspection on the exterior of the
So
property.
stop there.
Permits.
So you need a permit to continue to do any work on the chimney, correct?
Correct.
What's the next thing?
For the chimney, they have to get a final inspection for the exterior and the interior to make sure that it's structurally sound. And we'll now hand it over to Joe.
So
Okay, so
Yeah.
let them finish. I'm trying to nail this down, okay? What you need
I'm just trying to
as far as the
clarify.
town is concerned.
Yeah, I'm just trying to clarify, right? If I'm gonna have to rip down the interior of my home so that we can inspect whether it's structurally sound from the outside?
You're gonna need a permit. I mean,
No.
we
What
gotta
I'm
follow
saying is,
code.
He wants to inspect the structure from the inside of my house, so I'm gonna have to demo a room in my house to inspect.
They're looking both exterior and interior. He's telling you what they have to do.
Can you access that from the attic if he's got a crawl space or something?
Yes, Ed. If they pulled a demo permit, then I would go out there to see if the chimney's in repair, able to be repaired. If it's not, then the chimney has to come out and they have to put a new chimney in. But I have to make sure that the structure of the building is sound after tearing the chimney down. When I talked to the gentleman, when I first went out with Eric, I said, "You're taking this," he said, "because the chimney was falling apart." And I said, "Well, that seems like it's a life safety issue. especially if it falls into the house or exterior part of the house and someone gets hurt. I said, so I very nicely asked him to pull a interior demo permit, if you're gonna take the chimney down, then I need to take a look at the trusses, the roof, and everything that needs to be done. If you're gonna repair the chimney, you still have to have a permit after he pulled a demo permit. If he's not gonna tear the whole chimney down, I need to see that it's structurally sound or rebuilt from the damage that was occurred when he said he stuck his arm underneath there and found out that the structure was not stable. So we were very nice to try to get him to give me a demo permit so I could see what needs to be done, and then we could go on from there.
So when you say a demo permit, he's envisioning that you expect him to demolish a wall so that you can see the chimney.
No, that's not the
Can-
case.
Are you guys familiar with the fireplaces in these homes?
We're just,
They're literally Jimmy
we're
Rig-
just clarifying what the building official said, okay? Number one, that's the interior demo permit is required. Next, what is required?
Then the outside of the house has to be structurally sound. If he's the question I need to ask now, are you gonna take the chimney down completely?
I will take the chimney down tomorrow.
No, I'm not telling you have to.
I-
I'm saying, are
Put
you
it back
telling
on.
me, well, that's a demo permit, so when you take the chimney completely down, I have to make sure that the exterior part of the house is protected. So you have to pull a permit
Just so-
after you take the chimney down. That would cover your demo permit, but I want the structure to be waterproof and sound and the trusses to be repaired where the chimney went through.
I have no problem with that.
Well, when I first came out there, and I'm trying to be polite with you, sir, when I first came out there, I asked you if you would pull a interior demo permit so we could move on with the structure, and you said, yes, I'll be more than happy to do that.
I'll be more
And
than
I
happy.
believe that was 2 or 3 months ago, or maybe longer.
My response to you that same day that you came out is we have an engineer scheduled to come out.
But you haven't applied for any permits. You haven't moved forward on this since May.
Okay, so he needs to apply for the appropriate permits
Just for the
that's
record,
required by the town's building official, okay?
Is it a one?
Do we all agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
for the record.
Are
right?
we okay the fact that the sanded area that's ungrassed seems to be seeded and should be,
In 30 days, it should be.
and
in
should be in
compliance because
30
it has
days,
to
it
be-
should be in.
It's technically in compliance today, by tomorrow, it'll be in
You can't
compliance.
see anything growing.
Yes.
It's not in compliance.
It has to
As long
be-
as it's not debris or
Cannot have
dirt.
any ungrassed areas.
That's literally mulch and
Okay.
Okay.
$5,000.
That's why we have a code enforcement and a building inspector. Let them
Okay.
dictate what.
Now,
needs
are
to-
we gonna let them, what do we need to do to deal with the
permit.
garage door in a state of disrepair? What needs to happen for this family?
So they're not just painting the existing garage door.
We're painting the existing garage door, as you can see in the photo.
So you've.
We've replaced the wheels, which were rusted and kind of like
Hold on.
lopsided. We took the door off,
There's
replaced the
tarp
wheels,
over it,
and we're
and
painting
there-
the door.
There's a piece of wood that looks like
So
it's
when can
actually
you have the
holding-
garage
holding
door?
the garage door up.
Are they able,
The garage.
You had to
door is in
stop-
that Photo that was on the screen in the
You can
backyard.
see it right there. So
The garage door?
It's still in disrepair.
That's to keep people out of the garage. You have a photo of all my garage doors on cinder blocks for paint.
Okay.
We can take it off if you think it's a structural, like holding something up or something.
It's not holding anything up. We literally replaced the wheels on the door. We got a stop work
can have
order,
a
so
manual.
that's what we did. We stopped work,
They can have a manual garage.
right?
door.
And we have no problem,
They can have a manual.
there's no issues to continue.
Yeah, so
Eric?
for the garage, if they simply, can show me that it opens and closes, like, nothing says that you have to have a, electronic garage door. So
Right.
as long as they can open it all the way and it's not falling apart, it can be manual.
Do you not need engineering or something once it was taken down to put it back up?
If they take the garage door down completely,
And they did. It's
Then-
piled in the back waiting to be painted.
no, you can't do that. because the new garage doors now have to be hurricane protected.
Okay,
So
so
they
they
have
need
to
a
have
permit?
brace.
They need a permit for the garage door?
Yes, they do.
Okay,
I literally asked multiple times, do I need a permit? If I was to get a new garage door, do I need a permit? I was told no
Yeah.
by Eric.
well, now you know.
So if you
That's
go,
not
if
true at all.
on the
Very
MGO
mixed-
portal,
very mixed
once you log
information.
in as
Okay.
a customer and
And,
Education.
and the,
But you understand now that you need a permit to get the garage door
to
situated?
put the painted garage door back up, the original one that was there.
And it doesn't have to be electric. It just has to be.
This has to be.
Already hurricane rated.
On Monday, you guys can come by and you can pull up the garage door and put it back.
So you're saying they can't be using the same panels now that they took it down? It needs to be hurricane rated
Yeah,
panels or
the
whatever.
new
You
garage
understand
doors,
that?
if they're being replaced, they
You
can't
guys,
be.
is this serious?
It has to be up to current code.
That's why you have permits though. That's why you,
It's we literally replaced the rollers on the door and painted it.
It has to be
Main door.
current code.
Or should have stickers on them.
Unless you're changing the framing which it sits in, it does not change a thing, or make it more hurricane proof. You see can you pull up the photo of the backyard with the cinder
You've already
blocks
been
and the
told by the
doors?
building inspector, so what you're saying is incorrect. You have taken the garage, you've taken the garage door down.
Yeah.
You have just heard from the building inspector.
Okay,
You need to
so-
pull a permit for it.
Okay, so I'll pull a permit for it and we can extend the time that there's no garage door. I mean, I'm trying to we're literally
We hear what you're requesting.
eager to,
We hear what you're requesting,
I'll get a new garage
Okay.
door. Does that work?
but you're
If you-
gonna,
if
you're
you
gonna
get-
have to come into compliance with
That's
what
fine. That's
required.
fine. What is required to?
And
we
we're
need
not-
need to go buy. a
you're
new
gonna-
hurricane door.
The door's already.
You're changing.
No, we're gonna buy a new
You're-
hurricane door.
You're gonna have a conversation after this meeting.
That's fine. That's perfect. I just
With
wanted
the
it to be
building
on the record.
official, a building official and Eric as to exactly how you're gonna come into compliance related to the garage door, the permits. And I don't know about the grass, but it sounds like the grass may be okay.
Can I please request to get all of that in writing when we are doing hearsay? A lot of things get lost in translation. It would just make our lives a lot easier.
When
Yeah.
the board
Yeah, you're gonna get it in writing.
generates a motion, you'll actually get a copy of the board order.
That'd be great.
In detail.
Is this also, this meeting also
Recorded?
recorded?
Yes.
Yes, it's
it's on video.
on live TV right now.
Wonderful.
Okay,
Very loud.
now, would anyone like to make a motion? Debbie,
I'm gonna do all three
Debbie,
separate.
Debbie, what you thought to make the motion, okay?
Okay,
Members of the board, we do have people from the community.
I understand that, okay,
I missed what you said.
yeah,
We do have
I-
people in the
I
audience
looked
from the
up.
neighborhood
Okay,
that wanted to
so
speak.
there's somebody else that would like to speak about this cases tonight.
Yeah.
We appreciate what you're
Can I
doing.
just put something on the record?
Sure.
You guys live in Lake Clark Shores. You guys are familiar with the fireplaces. Most of them weren't built originally.
I don't have a fireplace.
Okay, then.
And I have to depend on the town's building
I
official,
just want to put.
and so do you.
Yes, and he should be very familiar with what I'm talking about, right? The fireplaces were literally built on top with 2x4s, right? All the way up. And they have nothing to do with the concrete structure that is inside the fireplace with the riser that goes around the whole house and cinder blocks all the way down.
All right, well, sir,
We're not building official.
Yeah.
They are the
What
building
I'm saying,
official.
what I'm saying,
But we need permits.
yeah, sir,
take down the cinder block that we put.
you need to pull the permit, yes.
And you're gonna talk to them about this, okay?
You need to
Fine,
pull the
perfect.
permit.
Thank you. Okay, you guys can
That's it. We're
be
just.
seated or leave or whatever you want to do. Thank you.
Don't leave.
Don't leave, yeah.
Don't leave because the case isn't over, but.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So,
Yeah, we might want to talk to you again here.
No, stay.
Just stay. We'll
would
be
recommend staying.
finished in just a couple minutes.
Some water from that.
Take mine.
Hasn't been touched.
Hasn't been opened.
Okay. Come on up, ma'am. Yeah, this,
Take this, hasn't been opened, hasn't been licked on or anything.
ma'am, you are,
I am Mary Ann Bogart. I live at 7508 next door. My only concern is that there's obviously no garage door, and I don't really understand the condition of the chimney, but it's hurricane season. What happens if there's a storm, no garage door, no covering for the no, there's a hole. I'm really concerned about, I was very concerned about the grasses because every time it rained, the dirt float. I have the thing in front of my yard, where the water goes down. So it flows down and it backs up about 6 feet after after it rains for about 35 minutes. It goes up my driveway 6 feet. I actually had to shovel out the dirt, and but they're taking care of that. So I don't really care about that. I'm just concerned about hurricanes and the fact that if anything gets in there and blows, it's not just their property that's going to be injured.
Yeah, we're concerned too.
So just so you guys, thank you so much. Just so
The-
you guys know.
Ma'am,
Mary's property has like this.
is your property the one with the fence on it?
No.
No, okay.
And then
Alright.
we have one more member of the audience who wishes
Okay.
to speak.
Sir, come on up. Come on up. Come on up. We just need to make sure that we get this on the record, okay? It's important.
Have you been sworn in, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, when I came in. Yeah, I mean, hi, I'm Chris Basto. I live in the Estates of Lake Clark Shores. I'm on the HOA board, so I'm more here just to make sure that like supporting Mary Ann, and also if anything's needed on our end. Ultimately, we've been defaulting everything to Eric and team. Because ultimately we're not building inspectors and
Right.
yeah, so once it got to the point where they were trying to get chimneys and talking about all these other things, I was trying to take a step back and let the city take care of it as much as possible, because I'm not gonna be able to do the building inspector role. So,
What was your name?
Chris
Chris.
Basto.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, Chris. Thank you.
Just to comment on that, how come you guys send us a letter?
If-
This is not related
If
to,
you want to talk,
to the
come on
case.
up here.
you can have a private conversation out there about this.
You can't put it on the record from down there.
You know what I'm saying?
Mr.
Can you guys hear me out?
The HOA sends a demand letter, right? In that demand letter, it says
Bill.
whether something needs a permit or not.
Well, the town has the final say.
Yeah, but.
Let's leave it at that.
You said.
Yeah, the HOA issue would be a side issue. It's nothing the town can deal with.
We're going to get this straightened out. Okay. Anything else, sir?
I think the only thing on the record is ultimately we want them to have a home that's safe
Sure.
and comfortable to do all the things that you want to do in. Truly, I like that. The only thing I can put on the record is like, we want you guys to have a nice home. We want to be a part of the community. Oh, I'm truly, I can't even express that in more ways. So like, again, on record, I'll say like, I know we've had, you guys joined a meeting. There were some things we couldn't talk about, but like, truly, I'd love to chat with you about like how I can assist. There's only so much I can do, truly. But like, don't feel like it's us versus you or anything like that. I promise you.
Glad that you
Like-
came forward and said that. I would love to have a conversation with you so we can set things straight and, you know,
I'm all for
live
it.
together. And
Truly, like, well, I want you guys to be in the community. That's all I can say on this. Is like, it's relevant.
All right, sir, thank you.
30.
What are we doing?
No, 30. This is.
I'm not sure here.
No,
Debbie?
I'm ready to make a motion.
Okay,
All right.
let's go through it. In case number 215,
Right.
216, and 217. Debbie,
I
let's,
think we need a separate motion. for
yes,
one.
each one.
Okay. Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 2026-215, I move that this board finds the respondents in violation of section 1091A and building code 105.1 of the Town Code of Ordinances and Building Code. Respondent shall comply with the town's code of ordinances on or before August 25th, 2026. If respondents fail to comply with this order in a timely fashion, a fine in the amount not to exceed $250 per day may be imposed. A fine assessment hearing will be held on August 26th, 2026.
Is there a,
To compliance, they need to apply for, obtain a permit, and call for final inspection,
I'm on the,
correct?
it's
Yeah.
more than one permit, it sounds like.
Well, just the one for the chimney. And you can access the inside by looking through either up the chimney or through an attic or crawl space.
Yeah, if the chimney's gonna be removed, then now I have to look at the interior and the exterior to make sure it's waterproof and soundproof and everything is structurally safe
And
for
if
for someone to live in the house.
if the remainder of the chimney that is still original is not removed, if they were to pull that demo permit, it would allow you to access and let them know whether they need to take it down to come into compliance
It-
or just finish up what they've already done.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
But a permit has to be pulled in order for me to go out and justify the
And
circumstance.
part of my motion was that they apply for, obtain the permit, and call for your inspections before our next meeting.
That's great.
I second it.
Yeah, excuse me. Emily, do you have that? Okay.
So there's-
Wes,
My question, I think he has it here.
do we have a second?
Jerry
I
seconded.
second it.
Jerry second. Okay,
Does a
discussion.
month give this gentleman enough time to build?
If he's doing it as an owner builder, he can at least get the permit and call for an inspection and let them come out and do an inspection to determine whether he needs to remove and replace the whole chimney, which may take extra time, but at least it'll get the ball rolling and
I don't think you guys are clear on the chimney is it's like a T-shirt.
I'm clear. I understood what you
Sir.
explained.
Nothing from the original chimney exists.
You're not being clear. Look, get the permit, call the guy.
Okay, that's
Then the next thing will happen then, okay?
Based on what
And
he
then-
finds.
Yeah, just do that. Just do that. That's the easiest thing to do. Just
So
do-
this is,
I understand just what's being talked about is not what it is. But I've heard you guys multiple times. Me and Joe are going to talk before we leave, and we're going to set everything in motion.
Can I ask one question? Is there a hesitation to let the inspector inside the house?
There's not.
Okay,
okay.
perfect.
Good.
What I'm saying is that when you take these chimneys down, it's literally brick. It looks like block with the riser on top with no stucco on it.
So once Joe sees that, he won't need to go inside.
Yeah.
Why can't he come?
I'm just saying we're talking about things that aren't real. But now I understand to just take it up with Joe.
You might be, so I think the motion was clear.
Is there further discussion?
No.
You ready to vote?
Yes.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Motion carries. All right. Now, in case 2026, 2016, Deb?
Okay. Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 2026-216, I move that this board finds the respondents in violation of section 3419-3. The entire lawn is ungrassed and has exposed loose dirt. The respondent shall comply with the town's code of ordinances on or before August 25th, 2026 by maybe calling and letting them come and do an inspection to see that the grass is visible to satisfy the requirement. If respondents fail to comply with this order in a timely fashion, a fine in the amount not to exceed
50.
$50 per day may be imposed. A fine assessment hearing will be held on August 26th, 2026.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion. You ready to vote?
Yes.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Case 2026-217.
Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 2026-217, I move that this board find the respondents in violation of section 3419-3. The garage door is in a state of disrepair and is inoperable of the town code of ordinances, Respondent shall comply with the town's code of ordinances on or before August 25th, 2026. If respondents fail to comply with the order in a timely fashion, a fine in the amount not to exceed $250 per day may be imposed. A fine assessment hearing will be held on August 26, 2026.
Is there a second?
I second, yeah.
Jerry seconds.
And for the garage door, you are going to need a permit. Either. Okay.
We have a second. Further discussion. You ready to vote? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Let me go back to the original order. So page 3 at the bottom, case 2026-189.
This is 189.
Correct.
Okay. Susan Downing as trustee.
So the only update I can give you is brief because there's legality involved.
There's what?
Legality.
Legality?
Yes. So I can't fully disclose why it wasn't completed, but one of the members on the board who said they were going to go out there and assist. When he went out there to go assist Miss Downing, he called me because something had occurred. So as of today's date, the violation still exists.
I'm not sure I understood all that.
I'm not allowed to fully explain what it was.
The pool in the backyard is not properly secured.
Yes.
And it's still not secured.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And there's a reason that it couldn't be secured?
Yes, one of the board members went there. Something occurred and neither the board member or the property owner are able to do it for legality reasons.
Okay.
So there was never a temporary, there was nothing, because there was talk of a temporary, there was talk of fencing
It
along the
was-
front, there was nothing done at
It was
all.
attempted and then legalities got in the way.
Do you have a picture? Do you have a picture, Eric?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
And you were by there today or?
I remember the
Everyone
case
does, right?
from, small.
I mean, we need some information to make a decision.
July 15th.
This is the one with the,
I think she was supposed to be getting estimates from somebody else too, but the fix that was going to be
A temporary.
attempted was just the temporary
Mhm.
safety concern.
Mm-hmm.
because there's no screens for full closure. There's no screens.
I sent guys out there to do it, but I can't talk about it either.
Yeah, members of the board, I discussed it with Bill. Give him just a moment.
Jonathan, you have some firsthand knowledge in this. Is that what's going?
You have to let Bill explain because I explained him the situation. So from an attorney perspective, he has to explain it in a very careful way.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what to say, other than I guess the work was unable to be completed for reasons that we probably don't want to get into, which I know doesn't give you much information, but I don't think we want to get into it.
Is the property owner had any conversation with you directly, Eric?
Based on the circumstance, she's unavailable.
Okay. Is she going to come into compliance within a certain period of time, as far as you know? Or you don't know?
Based on the circumstance,
You don't know?
no.
She was here last month. She talked. That's when we all started. It was an
Okay.
elderly lady. Yes.
So the property is not in compliance. We gave them till July 15th to come into compliance.
Yeah.
For a fine of $250 a day may be imposed.
Okay,
From what I've heard, the property is not in compliance.
that's correct. It's still not in compliance as of today's date.
Do we need to have any further discussion?
No.
Would someone like to make a motion?
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Okay.
Make sure. So where am I?
2026 at the bottom of or page 3.
Case number 2026, okay, there we go. Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 2026-189, I move that this board finds the respondent in violation of sections, I'm sorry, page, sections 125-475 and 34-20. The pool in the backyard is not properly secured and open to the public of the town code of ordinances. Respondent shall comply with the town code of ordinances on or before August.
Let me just stop you. Don't we have this order? We already have a
We
fine.
have this.
Yeah, yeah, we
We're
have
we're assessing a fine now.
Oh, so we're assessing a fine.
Fine
My-
imposition.
I apologize.
That's okay.
All right. Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number from that 2026-189, I move that the respondent be found to have failed to comply with the order finding violation dated on
April
I guess
29th.
April 29th of 2026. A fine in the amount of $250 a day is imposed commencing on, I guess it'd be today.
July 16th.
When can it start?
It can start when, after the compliance date that was previously provided.
That was July 15th, so July 16th.
Yeah. we can Start on
So-
July 6th.
Okay, $250 a day imposed commencing on July 16th of 2026, and such fine shall continue to accrue at the daily rate until compliance is achieved. In addition, the town's cost in prosecuting this matter shall be assessed.
Okay, President Trump.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second. I'll second it.
Wes seconds.
Hit a button.
Is there further discussion? Are you ready to vote?
Yes.
All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed?
No.
Motion carries. Okay. Gosh, I'm not sure I know where we are. Okay, is it top of page 5, 262?
262 and 263.
Okay.
You're right. Right, yeah, here we are.
Is there a picture of this property?
Yes. Yeah, let me read everything off and then the photos will be popped up. So, good evening. I'm Code Enforcement Officer Eric Richwagon representing the town of Lake Clark Shores. This is case number 2026-262. Site property owners are identified by Valerie L. Tisorgas and Mark W. Allen. Site address 1921 Corandis Road, Lake Clark Shores, Florida 33406. Notice violation was issued on June 17, 2026 under code section 34-19 sub 4. The entire property is overgrown and requires mowing. The notice of hearing was issued on July 17, 2026, and a reinspection as of today's date shows that the violation still exists. I have not had any communication with the people staying there. They've been cited previously before for stuff like this, and they came into compliance. As you can see, the grass has grown quite high.
Is this today, Eric? This picture?
Correct. Yes, these photos were taken today.
Is this owner occupied or a tenant situation?
It's family related, so I believe they own.
Okay, and is that a water heater that got changed out without a permit, probably?
It was a toilet
Well, that looks like a water heater.
in the box. I know there was a toilet there earlier.
It's a water heater.
Okay,
Or it
well,
could be a pool. I don't know.
No, that's a
Pool.
hot water.
Oh, water.
Yeah, it's a
heater.
small
Yeah,
water
yeah,
heater.
yeah.
Which you probably haven't cited them for yet.
no, but they need to be cited.
So let's talk about both of these cases, 262 and 263. Basically, it's the same issue, right, Eric?
Well, for 263, it's code section 125-475 sub J. The hedges need to be trimmed and kept well manicured. So if you look on the right side of the property, and there's actually a better photo. Excuse me. Keep going. Another one. There you go. So as you can see, there's a portion that's been trimmed, but that is not well trimmed or well manicured. Excuse me.
So is that actually in the ordinance, Eric, that they need to be well trimmed and manicured, or is it just basically the height or whatever?
No, so you can grow your hedges as tall as you want in this town. but they have to be trimmed and kept well manicured.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can have it wide, but it has to be properly shaped. And you can have it tall, but it all has to be even and cut.
Okay.
Maintained.
So you can have a hedge as high as 20 feet.
There's some that are almost 30.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion.
Yes, ma'am.
Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 2026-262, I move that this board finds the respondents in violations of section 34-19 sub 4 of the Town Code of Ordinances. Respondents shall comply with the town's Code of Ordinances on or before August 26, 2026. If the respondents fail to comply with this order in a timely fashion, a fine in the amount not to exceed $50 per day may be imposed. A fine assessment hearing will be held on August 26, 2026, if necessary.
Is there a second?
Second.
I have a question though. Do we actually need to give them 30 days to cut the grass? I'm just thinking of the poor neighbors in the neighborhood and rodents and
Bill, but I don't think so, do we?
No, no.
we can have the fine hearing on the 26th, but I would say give them a week.
10 days.
What happens if they don't comply? I know we had a home on, before on Westlake that we became a nuisance and we actually had the town do the front yard only or.
Yeah, you could, and maybe you give them some time, but you could declare it what they call serious threat to health, safety, and welfare of the community because of rodents and you could have snakes and rats or whatever in there.
Mosquitoes.
And then you would have the ability to enter and mow it. And you could impose the cost of that as a lien against the property.
Let's give them 10 days.
But you've had no communication from anyone.
No.
Do you have evidence of service of the notice of hearing?
Well, I posted it to the door and it was taken off the door. So I know they're there because I recognize the vehicles. It's the same vehicles. It's just the people that are staying there, they used to communicate with me for both of these violations, and just for whatever reason this time around, they've had no further communication with me. So I can't tell you why.
Right.
And you're telling me that, or we don't know, you're saying that they're not tenants, they're a family that lives there.
Yes, well,
As far as he knows.
yes.
I
And
would
it-
like to amend my motion. Rather than August 26, 2026, we will give them to come into compliance to mow the lawn on August 10th, 2026.
Is there any objection to that amendment? No. Okay.
What happens if it comes August 10th? We're still in discussion, right? Or we're still,
We're in discussion.
so it comes August 10th, they do not,
They'll be in violation.
they'll be in violation. Would then the city be able to go and do what needs to be done, or we?
No,
have
it has
wait
to
till
go through
next
the
meeting?
code
You would
enforcement.
need to, I think you need to do a new citation, right? Or-
Yeah, we'd have to cite it under 34-20 public nuisance.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the fine would commence after
The 26th.
So do
August
we
10th?
do we assess it back then on the 26th?
Can we do,
I'm sorry, I missed what.
If they don't.
we gave them to August
Yeah.
10th, right? August 10th?
Yeah,
They don't come into compliance by August 10th. The fine can be assessed
As of the 11th,
as the 11th. Okay.
At our 26th.
at,
Meeting.
at the August 26th meeting, yes,
We would decide that.
right.
Yeah. Everybody understand that?
mhm.
You ready to vote?
Yep.
All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. 263.
I would like to make a motion. Based on the testimony and evidence presented in case number 2026-263, I move that this board finds a respondent in violations of section 125-475 sub J. The hedges need to be trimmed and kept well manicured of the town's Code of Ordinances. Respondents shall comply with the town's Code of Ordinances on or before August 10th, 2026. If the respondents fail to comply with this order in a timely fashion, a fine in the amount not to exceed $50 per day may be imposed. A fine assessment hearing will then be held on August 26, 2026 if necessary.
There's West seconds. Further discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Motion carries. I think that's all of them.
That is correct.
Okay, the next item of business would be any board comments, suggestions, updates, anyone? Gary,
My only thought is that I would respectfully like to request that on any of the cases that we're hearing related to permits being applied for, not applied for, being needed, not needed, that perhaps we can have that presented to us. Sometimes I think it's questionable. Clearly, there was a misunderstanding as to did they need a permit, didn't they need a permit?
Yeah,
And
no, we've been dealing with this since May, and I have had to cut off communication on the phone.
I understand.
Same with the building department, same with Joe. There's never been a proper conversation. It's been, we're going to record you. We're going to ask you a bunch of attorney questions. I'm not going to play those games. I told them you can come before the code board. Me and the building inspector explained every single thing that they needed to do. It did not take. It was this, and that, never about the violation.
And if you go onto our MGO portal for any permitting and any type of permit, under it is listed a checklist for every single thing of what you need. And if you have questions, you can always call us and we're always happy to help. When they did come, they weren't really understanding or didn't want to understand that part.
Just like when me and Joe went out there initially, I had to call for 2 law enforcement officers to be present. So on 3 body cameras, including mine, if you were to hear the full conversation, you'd understand that.
You don't want to talk too much about that. They're
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But I agree with you, Deb. I mean, you all think you know what the property owner needs, but we don't know what the property owner needs in terms of permits. And we have to go through this conversation back and forth to try to pin it down, to explain to the property owner what permits they need. If, I don't know how we would do that, but
I mean, I understood what you meant by an interior demolition permit, but I think it was unclear to them. They thought you were gonna make them take the interior walls down so they could inspect a chimney. And that wasn't the case. That was why I was trying to point out
Yeah.
the building official can look up the chimney or down through the rafters if he has access to the roof or the attic. So.
We always have contractors that are confused or owner builders that are confused on what they need to do. Hey, I'm going to do this. Do I really need to pull a permit for this? Joe, we always give Joe's number out and Joe always answers their call.
Right.
When we don't know the answer to it, he's always happy to explain to them what they need to do. If they don't need to pull a permit, he always tells them. So we always try to help, the residents on that. It's not like we don't provide them answers.
I get it.
anybody have anything else? No? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been moved and second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thanks for your tolerance, everybody, tonight.
That's a tough one.
That was fun.
Tony, these meetings don't normally go this long.
Well, they haven't been for a while.
Thank you. Jonathan, thank you. I feel like I don't have control at times.
No, they're doing that purpose.
Yeah.
They don't want.
Yeah, you don't know, do you?